you finished the car?
Yeah, just take a little break now before we bring some another one.
What do you got there?
Huh?
Oh, okay, that's your package.
There's a white cheesy.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, want to try one?
No, thanks.
Not
You
much
try it.
taste to them. I'm after eating a half dozen of them. There's not much taste.
No good?
There's not even any salt on them.
You try it and I'll try it.
Anyway, we have adapters for Old Blue. Wheel adapters.
Oh yeah?
Which should bring the wheels out 1¼ inches wider. Should.
Oh yeah?
So,
You don't like them where they are?
well, because we got the bushwhackers on,
Straight
the wheels
to
looks
there.
like they're tucked in a little bit more. So we shall see. These are made in the good old USA.
Awesome. Let's see. There.
Aluminum. So what's going to happen here now is these lug nuts are going to come off, and they're going to go on the lug nuts or the studs that's on the truck, and they're going to be torqued 95 foot-pounds. Now the reason why I went with 1.25 inches is if I went with the 1-inch one, it would mean that the standard studs on the truck would protrude higher than this thickness, which means that I would have to grind off the stud. So if you're going to order these things and you can get away with the extra 1/4 inch, use it, because that way you'll avoid having to grind off the studs on the truck. What do you think of them
I
apples?
think that's a good idea.
You think, eh? So,
What's involved with putting them on? Just take your
take the
rotor
wheels off, and we'll probably show them how it's going to go on. Just make sure that they're all the same. And they are. And they are. Itchy eye. How come when my hands are dirty I've got itchy eye? It's warm.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Been like it there for a while.
Yeah. And I just had, what is it I just had in here?
You had an Impala.
An Impala. Oh my God. Anyway, we got it fixed. Don't we? Yeah. So that's it. That's the forum. So what I will do is I will put the eBay link in the video description, and that way you'll be able to order some if you need some.
Good idea.
So I'm going to get Old Blue in. I'm going to pull a wheel. We're not going to show each wheel being put on. We're going to do one wheel, and then we're going to do the other 3, and then we're going to put it out and have a little look-see.
Sounds good.
Right? Come over yonder.
Lovely assistant.
Come over yonder.
You didn't call me lovely
A
assistant.
lovely assistant. How's
There
that?
you go. That works better.
Okay, you want to get your camera here, and then you'll see exactly. Point in here. See how the wheel is in?
Uh-huh.
I want to try to bring it out just a little bit. Somebody mentioned about the mud flaps. Well, the mud flaps can be also moved as well, so that's not a big deal. But I'm going to put it in now. We'll just see how it goes. So there's just a little bit of surface rust on that brake rotor. So I'm going to see if I can knock a little bit of that away with this, my burp gun.
Why do you call it that?
That just sounds like a big old burp.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Try not to block your view.
I don't like that tool.
Pretty noisy, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty
But-
noisy. Well-
it works. And we're going to put a little bit of anti-seize compound on here to keep the corrosion to a minimum. Hey, bud.
It's always a challenge here in Newfoundland.
Oh yeah. Yes, on a quiet night you can hear a vehicle rust here on the island. Anyway, Labradors, it's good.
Yeah, they're good.
No rust there. Too cold to rust. Hey, bye.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. If I need any painting done, I know who to call.
Yeah, it won't be me.
It will be
It
you.
won't be me. I'm not painting.
Look at the fabulous job you did there. That
Yeah,
can't be
well,
much
I'll tell you,
different
if
than
that's all you want done with it, I'll paint the house with anti-seize. That's not a problem.
painting. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So now you want to make sure that the distance in here is going to fit the hub there. I've already checked that. See, it's a nice tight fit, right?
Yeah, sure.
You don't have any slop like back and forth.
No.
So, and that'll now see. I said it's 1.25 inches, and see where the stud protrudes here.
Right.
It's just a little bit below the surface. If it was an inch hub or an adapter, well, you'd end up having to grind down the OEM studs, which is not good.
I wouldn't. You would.
Well, I mean, obviously I would.
You said you would.
Yeah. So, put them on. Now, what you should do, you want to check the specifications, but these technically should be torqued down to 95 foot-pounds. I'm going to use a torque stick rated at 65, and then I'm going to use the torque wrench and put them at 95.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna cheat the first little bit.
2 steps.
Yeah. You want to stagger them? Like that. Okay.
Yep.
Now the other end of the problem here is I don't know how I'm gonna hold this. Maybe I can shove something in the fins to get my roller to stop from turning.
Okay.
95 foot-pounds is not a lot of torque, so I'm kind of hoping this will do it. It's been already preset. You just do it in increments. You hear the click?
Yep.
Good, not right here.
That's good.
Technically, I shouldn't be holding on to it there, but for the purist that's out there, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the wheel back on. And once the wheel's back on, well, of course I'm going to put some anti-seize on there as well. And then once the wheel's back on, I'm going to torque the wheel. I'm going to set that one at 120 foot-pound. I'm going to put some anti-seize all around here as well. And I'm going to do the same to all the wheels. And then we're going to come back and we're going to see what the distance is like. Also, when I'm finished with the torque wrench, I always reset it and put it back to 0 at every time. Keeps it more accurate.
Well, good
So
idea.
we'll come back when I get them all done. We'll have a look. There you go, folks. All installed. Old Blue got a much wider stance now. Well, 2.5 inches wider. All together. And mud flaps turned out pretty good. They're I never moved them. They could come out a little, but I don't think I'm going to bother. I don't know if you can see that because of the shadows, but you know, the wheel fills the wheel well a lot better. They're out a lot further, so I think I'm going to call that a success. They were in kind of too far before, and I really like those wheel adapters. A fellow says, well, why didn't you go ahead and just buy new wheels? Well, $1,000 in wheels as opposed to $120 in adapters. I didn't think it needed much consideration, so, and I'm happy with it. Well, that's it, folks. Little simple process to put adapters on. A few folks and a few viewers asked if I would do the video, so I did the video as promised. I like those adapters. They're not powder coated. I like the fact that they're made in the US. I like the fact that they're grade 10 studs. And everybody likes a well-educated stud. Hey, Kathy.
That sounds good to me.
I had to say that.
You had to.
I had to say that. And anyway, yeah, and make sure you torque them. But before you put them on, do what I did. Clean up the rotor, clean up the drum, whatever you have. And a little bit of anti-seize keeps the corrosion away. And of course, if you need to get it off again, it should come off fairly easy. And always torque them. Always. If you over torque these adapters, they could split. Don't hear it happen often. You'd have to put an awful lot of torque on them, but it can happen. And of course, it can happen with anything. You over torque any fastener, it could crack or split or just want to get the heck out of there. So it is what it is. You got to do it right. If it's worth doing, it's worth doing well. And besides that, it's your wheels. Kind of nice to keep them with the vehicle, especially when you're riding along the road. Now, for those of you who says, I don't like adapters, well, I don't care. I've got adapters on a lot of things. The Kubota's got adapters. Truck Old Blue got adapters now. And I don't need a speech on this, and I don't need a speech on that, because I don't care. I won't even entertain the comments on it. So if you make a comment saying you don't like them, or that's fine. I'm okay with it. I just won't reply. If I thought they were that hazardous, I wouldn't be using them. They've been used for many years in many types of equipment. So why should I change? So there it is, folks. Hope you enjoyed the little video. It's a nice evening. Are we having a barbecue?
We are.
Because I really need a barbecue, can't you tell? Yeah.
Well, we got to eat.
I need a barbecue. So, because I'm going to tell you, if a stray dog come around now, I'd eat it.
Something eating my
I
leg.
would just eat it. Oh, that's only a big old black beetle.
It's a big old black
Don't drop the
beetle.
camera. Lose the leg before you drop the camera.
I was moving around trying to scratch it.
These birds flying everywhere.
I know.
So you guys have a nice evening. I hope it's nice where you're too, because it is absolutely gorgeous here. And we'll see you in the next video, whenever that will be. So you guys take care. Drive safe. Don't text and drive. And God bless.